Most faith teachers teach faith principles. Jesus taught scenario-based view of faith.
Yes,
That means he's teaching faith as a scenario. So it's not even as you are drowning, he's saying, where's your faith? Yeah. So that you will know why you are drowning. So his own is not number one. Principle 2. As the centurion is saying, you can't come to my house. He's saying, I've not found that what this guy just said now is the greatest faith in Israel. And the guy did not say number 1 formula, number 2 formula, scenario. And you know, Jesus made sure those scenarios that were selected are representative of every scenario. Like the issue of blood. Your issue might not be blood. Issues are issues. Whether they are blood or financial issues. So the woman with issue of blood already shows you how faith works whenever you have issues. Marital issue. So when you have issues, let me just give that one. You must know the day you want that issue to be resolved where power is domiciled. When you have issues, you must get a prophetic word. That means that woman was worshiping, praying. And the Lord said, look, every other person will be trunking. They will think the power is in his body. He said, the power today is in the hem of his garment. So that means to resolve issues, you need access to mysteries that can only be communicated to you. And you must be the only one who is the custodian of that revelation. Look, Jesus went out that day and people were trunking him. What do you think they were trying to do? They were trying to tap power. And nothing was happening. But the Bible says she came from behind. But before she came, she was saying, if I can but touch the hem of his garment. That means she knew something about the hem of the garment. And while every other person were looking at every other part, she went for the garment. And Jesus knew. Because the moment she touched the garment, he said, who touched me? Yes, and Peter said, you have come again. Everybody is trying. Jesus said, you don't understand. Somebody just discovered the epicenter of power for today. That means where power is domiciled today, this woman just figured it out. That is what is called touch. How about faith in the midst of the storm? That one is to imitate Christ. Let us go to the other side. There was storm. He took his pillow. That means what is missing is your pillow. You're not getting me. If in the midst of storm, Christ took his pillow and sleep. Even if you don't have pillow, just sleep. Because you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. The author of our faith is asleep. You are screaming. Oh yeah. I'm just giving you a summary of what I've taught in the last 5 weeks. Because we kept on looking at these scenarios one after the other. So that day, they were not just very observant. Because on the faith lane, you looking unto Jesus. That's how you prosecute the faith agenda. You have to be. So when he carried pillow, everybody should have carried. He said, even though we don't know why he's carrying pillow. Or gas bought pillow. Everybody buy one man, one pillow. Today's pillow service. They should have known. How that escaped them, I don't understand. Because they were not imitating. They forget that he's the author. That means any faith flow, Christ authored it. It's the beginning of a faith flow. So, and that's why he looked at Peter. He said, before Satan, I have prayed for you. That Satan will get you before I pray for you. Or Satan will now make me to be the one praying for you. It will never happen. In all things, it must have preeminence. So that day they missed out. I'm sure Jesus must have entered the store and said, please give me a pillow. And they were like, our master started again. He's buying pillow. Are we not going to the ship? And you know, Jesus at times they really will not talk. Because he wants you to learn the lessons. So when they got into the boat, he just said, we're going to the other side, guys. And he took his own pillow. And there was a storm. They woke him up. He rebuked the storm. After I rebuked the storm, he made them to understand that was not faith. Because he still looked at them. He said, where's your faith? He said, this storm stopping and being rebuked is not faith. This is an act of mercy. Because why will he do that and he will still turn to them? He said, what you miss out in faith is that you are supposed to be sleeping.
Wow. Yeah.
It is called entering into his rest.
Yes, sir.
He said others could not. They could not enter into that rest because of unbelief. Then Peter now got the equation later that whenever Christ is doing something, imitate. So the next time Peter saw him walking on water, Peter said, I will not fail this one. If it is you, let me go. Because that was what we missed. We didn't buy pillow. Now that you are walking, I must walk.
Wow.
And Jesus said, at least you got 50% of the equation right. Come. Then he missed the law of faith again. He started looking at the wind. Jesus said, come. On the faith lane, looking unto Jesus. Not looking unto the wind. And the moment he started looking at the wind, look, the environment is a perfect environment. Once you are in faith, the environment will support you. You don't need to start talking to river and say, river, Apostle is about to step in now. Apostle Bodo Shubu. Surface tension. Archimedes principle. I call you forth. Equal volume of all the gases under the same condition of temperature and pressure must contain the same number of molecules. Boyle's law, Charles' law. I draw from you today. Avogadro's hypothesis. Law of flotation, suspend. As an apostle must walk. What are you saying? The moment he was on the faith lane, the environment knew. Without asking water to change the surface tension changed. And the surface tension was so powerful that an apostle could walk. And Peter was walking, but he took his eyes off Jesus. And the moment he did that, surface tension said, surface tension, go. I said, I withdraw my cooperation. I would never support a man that is in doubt. And Peter started sinking. And Jesus said, come on. What did they ask him again? He said, why did you doubt, O you of little faith? So we're now in a season that little faith is not going to get the job done. And have you noticed that Jesus was always angry at little faith? He would rather have you to be chronically unbelieving than to have little faith. Because little faith is big unbelief.